If you kill somebody, why will the judge give somebody 10 years? Another judge gives another person 40 years. Another judge gives another person 50 years. Another judge gives another person 100 years. Today we are dealing with the question of mitigation versus aggravating circumstances of how one committed the offense. How you commit that offense, how heartless are you? How remorseful are you? People kill somebody and mutilate the body badly. There is no honor in that. So the manner in which you commit the offense, two, the manner in which you behave after the commission of the offense is what is called aggravating circumstances. Whether later you come and say you are Saul, you are Saul, now you are Paul, the court will not listen to you. Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer. We are looking at the offense of murder. The eight subjects of Utumishi Academy, and the judge was very clear, they are not called accused persons. Under the Children's Act, they are called subjects. They will, if they are found guilty, they will not be convicted. I know very many Kenyans will be mad that Court Helicopter is distorting facts. No, children are not convicted. What does the law say? A finding of guilt is entered. That finding of guilt will be a finding of guilt on murder. That is the position as provided by the law. So the question that we are putting across, can mitigation help those children? Can mitigation help a murderer? If you kill somebody, why will the judge give somebody 10 years? Another judge gives another person 40 years. Another judge gives another person 50 years. Another judge gives another person 100 years. Today we are dealing with the question of mitigation versus aggravating circumstances of how one committed the offense. Mitigation, the offense is murder. That one, there's no problem. But people get different sentences because of different reasons. We went to Kisumu. Bramwell went to Kisumu High Court, looked for this decision. It has been trending all over. This is in the criminal case number E025 of 2021. The judge is Joe Kutomido, judge of Kisumu High Court. It was a decision that was done last month, June 8th, 2026, the Republic versus Sebi Roy Oyugi. This is what the facts are. Paragraph 13. The evidence further established that the accused deliberately armed himself with a knife, which he obtained from a nearby Mutura vendor. He took a knife from a Mutura vendor. Do you guys eat Mutura? I think I should be brought a Mutura one of these days. Having armed himself with this knife, he pursued the deceased as the latter attempted to flee. The deceased was unarmed and posed no immediate threat to the accused. Upon catching up with the deceased, the accused stabbed him in the chest. The medical evidence established that the stab wound penetrated the chest cavity, damaged the lung, and caused severe hemorrhage, which ultimately resulted in his death. The deceased lost his life as a direct consequence of the accused persons. So, this is how this man was killed. The court has also considered the conduct of the accused immediately after the offense. The evidence established that after inflicting the fatal injury, he did not seek assistance for the deceased, nor did he exhibit concern for the welfare of the person he had attacked. Instead, he left the scene, fled, and was eventually arrested in Homa Bay County several weeks later. So, when this man was brought to court, in paragraph 7, he pleaded with the court. These were his mitigation. In his personal mitigation, the accused expressed appreciation of the opportunity afforded to him to address the court. He acknowledged the conviction entered against him and stated that although the probation officer's report was unfavorable to him, he has since undergone significant personal change during the period he has spent in custody. He informed the court that he has embraced religion. 1. 2. He has undertaken biblical studies while in prison. 3. He has turned to God. 4. And sought to illustrate the possibility of personal transformation by referring to the biblical account of Saul becoming Paul. He said, I'm now Paul. I used to be Saul. But I'm telling you, Judge, I'm now Paul. He produced documents which he asserted demonstrate his participation in religious and rehabilitative programs while in custody. He went further and stated that he regrets having caused the death of the deceased and sought for forgiveness from the court and from the deceased's family. He assured the court that he has learned from his experience in custody, that he has reformed, and that he will not reoffend. He urged the court to consider imposing an uncustodial sentence and prayed that the period already spent in custody be taken into when passing sentence. This is what the accused said. I'm sorry. I'm now religious. I used to be Saul. I'm now Paul. Paul, the Savior. Do you know who Paul is? Paul wrote several books in the book of the New Testament. Saul persecuted Christians. What did the judge do? The judge in paragraph 11 says, however, mitigation must be weighed against the nature and gravity of the offense committed. Sentencing is not solely concerned with the circumstances of the offender. It must also reflect the seriousness of the offense, the harm caused, and the need to uphold public confidence in the administration of justice. The judge looked at that, and in paragraph 22, the judge says, however, remorse must be evaluated not only by words spoken at sentencing, but also in light of the offender's conduct and the overall circumstances of the case. The judge is saying, yes, you have told us very good words during the sentencing. But let us look at your character at the time you committed this offense. This is the judge, Justice Omido, Joe Mkutu, brought this. While the court gives the accused credit for his expressions of regret and rehabilitative efforts, the weight to be attached to those factors is substantially diminished by the seriousness of the offense, the circumstances under which it was committed, and the concerns raised in the pre-sentence report. So the judge is saying, let us look at your conduct during the commission of the offense and after. Paragraph 29, the judge says, taken cumulatively, the prior threats, number one, you gave threats to the accused person. Number two, you deliberately acquired a knife from a Mutura vendor. Three, you pursued a fleeing person. Four, the fleeing person was an armed victim. Five, you targeted a vulnerable person. Six, you went for the vital part of the body, the lungs, the chest. Seven, you killed a human life. After killing him, you placed the knife on the table and left, disappeared. 8, you never took this person to hospital. 9, you never cared. Lastly, you disappeared for 2 weeks to Homa Bay County. These factors substantially outweigh the mitigating circumstances relied upon the accused. The judge proceeds to sentence this person. Having carefully weighed all the circumstances of the case, the court is satisfied that a sentence of 50 years imprisonment is proportionate to the gravity of the offense and the degree of culpability exhibited by the accused. The sentence appropriately reflects the seriousness of the offense while taking into account the mitigating factors placed before the court. This man had stayed in prison from when he was arrested. He was denied bail. He was never given bail because, remember, he killed this person at Obunga in Kisumu. He ran away to Homa Bay, another county. So when he was arrested, he was denied bail. He had stayed in custody for 1,444 days. The judge says, pursuant to section 333 subsection 2 of the Criminal Procedure Code, the court has taken into account the period of 1,444 days that the accused had spent in custody pending trial. A sentence of 50 years imprisonment shall therefore be reckoned after giving credit for the said period of 1,444 days already spent in custody, which shall be accordingly be deducted. He was given 14 days to appeal. This is the judgment of Joe Omido on 8th of day, June 2026 in Kisumu. What are the lessons in this matter? When you have committed an offense, how you commit that offense, how heartless are you? How remorseful are you? People kill somebody and mutilate the body badly. There is no honor in that. People attack another person accidentally. When they realize they have attacked somebody, they rush that person to hospital. That is an act of compassion. Very many road traffic offenders, you will hit a pedestrian while you're driving. You run away or you reverse back so that you can kill that injured person. If he survives, my friend, you'll go in for life. So the manner in which you commit the offense. 2, the manner in which you behave after the commission of the offense is what is called aggravating circumstances. Whether later you come and say you are Saul, you are Saul, now you are Paul, the court will not listen to you. Justice Omido never listened to any of these things. He gave this murderer 50 years, less 144 days he had stayed in remand because he could not be given any bail. Wakili Omari, always bringing it to you as it is. Thank you.